Everything's kind of high. Water's a lot higher than what it normally is. But we've had a lot of rain, so it's expected to be a little high. Um, just got the fishing. I was trying to get to fishing sooner, but it just didn't work out. So, but we're here. We're fishing. We're doing it. Um, yeah. So here we are, trying to put the smack down on some steelhead before the end of the year. You know that's what we're gonna be doing here on Gman Fishing. Um, yeah. So here we are. Water is a couple feet higher than normal. So, but that can either help or hurt us. Don't know what it's going to do today. It's going to help us or hurt us. Don't matter to me. I mean, I'm going to be fishing no matter what. That's kind of what I do. Is fish, and fish some more. Don't matter what the weather's like. Don't matter if the water's high or cold, high or low. The only time I don't really like to fish the river is when it's chocolate milk. Kind of a brown color instead of a greenish or a bluish color. So here we are again. My normal rock I stand on is covered in water. So I think the first or the last time it's going to be like that. So either we'll catch a fish or we won't. Now I'm not starting out with a jig today. I'm starting out with blue or panther martin and steelies, and then I'm gonna work my way to work using jigs. So how you guys doing today? You guys enjoying your after Christmas stuff? Enjoying everything you guys got for Christmas? Well, that river is flowing pretty good at this point. Thanks for liking the video, for the live stream. I appreciate that. Yeah, the water is definitely high. What up? Nah, I don't know about saying that. Yeah, we try to keep it clean. I'm not saying that that's gonna go anywhere bad, but to me, I'm not gonna say something like that. Sorry. I'm fishing for steelhead. Is what I'm fishing for. Trout, whitefish, suckers, anything that's gonna bite, pretty much. That's what I like to do. Generally, if I'm on the river, it's for steelhead. Got a little bit of time to fish today, not much, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. Tomorrow's gonna be another day of fishing. Oh, fish on, y'all. Yep, fish on. Fish on. Yeah, fish on. Did he come off? I think he did. Oh, he come off. Ah, check that hook point. What it bit on was a panther martin size 9. Kind of the way it goes sometimes, though. It really is. I didn't feel like no massive fish by any means, but a fish is a fish, if you ask me. I love them all nonetheless. Basically, what we're doing is we're starting in close and we're working our way further out. And I don't know if that was a bite or if I bumped a rock that time, but I don't know. But we start in close and we work our way further and further out. That way we can try to efficiently fish the river. Cover as much of the water as possible. We probably won't move today. We'll probably fish this one spot the whole time we're live streaming. We're going to throw several different things, and we already had one bite on this spot, so it might be a good thing just to hunker down into this one spot and fish here. Who knows? You never know. It's been a pretty productive steelhead season anyways this year. Caught several of them, lost a few of them. The whitefish fishing really stinks this year. It stunk last year too. But that's because people are over harvesting them is what's happening. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this kind of content. Helps me to fix it if it's broken and you guys don't like it. Got some river stuff. What are you guys fishing for this time of year? I want to know. Come on, yo. Tomorrow is going to be the final full day of steelhead fishing for me because the river closes on the first of the year, so I'm not going to be able to fish here for a while. It'll be closed for 4 months, so that's why I'm doing so much live streaming and fishing right now, this till the end of the year, and shooting videos. I've got 2 videos already edited up that I'm waiting to put out. What's up? Nice. Where'd you catch that at? That's a beautiful trout, 16 inches. Was it a red band? There's a lot of fishing in the river, that's for sure. Usually is this time of year. Of course, there's a lot of fish in the river no matter what time of year it is. Oh, okay, cool. Hello there, how you doing? I'm having a swell day, thank you. Got done working, now I'm out fishing, doing what I do. Already hooked one fish and lost it. So that's always good to hook one. I'd much rather hook and land one, but sometimes we don't always land them when we hook them, you know. So I don't know why it came off, but it did for some reason. I had him on for a good probably 4 or 5 seconds before it shook the hook. When he came off, I didn't even realize he came off. I just thought that he wasn't fighting very well. Ah, cool. Yeah, the red band is real. You find them a lot here in Central Oregon. Also got the red side as well. And the bull trout. Got a lot of them in here too. Nice. Did you eat your catfish you landed? Or did you let him go? Tomorrow, I'll be doing a bead fishing video tomorrow. I woke up this morning at my house and there's snow. Or when I woke up this morning. Yeah. Well, that makes sense to let them go if you got too many at your house. That definitely makes sense. I know I've had issues with too many of them at my house at times too. So I've landed up letting go fish just because I had too many fish at home. Yeah, we get the lamprey eel in the Deschutes River. We're not the only ones allowed to harvest the lamprey are the Native Americans. We're not allowed to harvest the lamprey eels. Trust me, if they'd let me to harvest them, I would definitely get me some of them lamprey eels and cook them up and eat them for sure. Them lampreys are decent eating creatures, that's for sure. But yeah, we do get a run of them. Just I don't think they come this far up. They get as far as the Shears Falls, I think, and then I don't think they come any further up. I've not heard of them any further up than Shears Falls. So yeah, you pretty much got to be. You pretty much got to hang out with natives and natives who actually harvest the lamprey, because not all of them harvest them. No, I've not myself. I've not ever caught an eel, but I definitely like to eat eel. Definitely very tasty. I like eating eels. They're a very tasty creature, for sure. The traditional way of fixing them here in where I'm at is cooking them over a flame or drying them, smoking them, They like to do that too. Very tasty. 1 meter. Wow, is that pretty good size eel? Because I didn't know what a meter is. I'm guessing that's pretty good size, right? My favorite way to have eel is with what is that called? My favorite way to have eel is with teriyaki sauce. That's my favorite way to have eel. Getting ready to switch rods to something different because this thing, I mean, got that bite right off, you know, and then now all of a sudden I'm not getting another bite, so thought maybe that was going to be a color or lure. But guess not. $2.5 meters. Wow. So 1 meter's small. Then nice to know. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate that. I don't know what time I'm going to live stream tomorrow, but I will live stream tomorrow. So, you know me, if I fish and I can live stream, I will at some point throughout the day. Time to switch it up. Oops, knocking rods over as usual. And of course, I'm going to take out the spoon, throw that out for a little bit, see if we can't get something on that. And we're going to start in close and then work it further out. Yeah, if you don't know, yeah, if you've never seen one before and you caught a fish with a lamprey on it, yeah, it'd be something for sure. Not everybody gets to see a lamprey in their lifetime. Hey, how's it going now? Sure, real life? Nope, I've never caught a king mackerel. I have not caught a king mackerel before. I haven't done a whole lot of saltwater fishing. I've done it like 2 times, maybe. One for salmon and one for sea bass or rock bass, whatever's. You see, when I went rock fishing, I wanted to catch a lingcod, but the captain only wanted everybody to catch rock bass, so I ended up not getting to do no lingcod fishing, which stunk, because that's why I wanted to go on that charter boat to get me a lingcod. If I can find a group of people who go out fishing on the ocean on kayaks, I'm going to take my kayak out on the ocean and do some fishing with those people, because that sounds like fun, doing some saltwater fishing off a kayak. My wife might get mad at me and say not to, but hey, fishing's fishing, right? Well, it is time here is 3:30 p.m. is what time it is here where I'm at. 3:30 p.m. This high water might cause the fish to get more active and might shut them down too. I've seen it have both way effects on fish. Either it makes it better or it makes it worse. So I was thinking because I got that one bite so early, it might be better, but you never know. You just never know. I'm not sure exactly what type. I just know it was a rock bass. I was disappointed and more angry than anything because I didn't get to fish for what I went on the charter for. So I didn't really pay attention to the specific species we were catching. So that's my bad. I probably should have paid more attention, I guess, instead of being angry with the captain. I mean, you pay money to go fish for a specific type of fish, and then you don't get to fish for them, then it kind of throws your day off, you know. We got limits on rock bass. And I wasn't happy about my limit either. Wrong species. Oh, it's the AM in South Africa? Wow. AM in South Africa? Nice. I'm glad I get to talk to you guys and interact with you guys. It definitely makes the fishing trip makes it different because years ago we weren't able to do stuff like this. Now it's cool because we're able to do stuff like this. Make content for folks and live stream and stuff and interact with them. I can't wait until they figure out a way to get it to where I can hear you guys when you guys ask questions. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Here, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. So we've got a total of 3 more days to fish for steelhead. And really it's 1 full day and 2 partial days because I don't fish on Sundays usually. Once in a while I'll make an exception to fish on Sundays, but most of the time I don't fish on Sundays. So technically we got 1 full day and 2 days, probably an hour, like maybe a little more than an hour like today and yesterday. So tomorrow I expect the river to be pretty full of people tomorrow. I don't know if it will be, but I expect it to be. Expect it to be elbow to elbow and maybe not be able to fish at all in certain areas. Might have to call an audible and go someplace else. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. You just never know. That water is ripping. I mean, you can't tell that it's ripping, but it's definitely ripping because I'm not getting nearly as much bottom on my cast when I'm fishing because it's just good 3 feet high, probably. That's what I'm guessing. So it is high for sure. Some salad, anybody? You guys want to eat some salad? I got some salad for y'all. Last year it got high like this and I was catching some fish. Really? That would be fun going tuna fishing. That sounds like a lot of fun. Go get you one of them big old tunas or whatever's and then slice it up and get you some sashimi. That would be delicious. Sashimi style. Just not feeling any bottom whatsoever. The water is just high and ripping. That's okay though. I have confidence in my ability to find them. I think I got seaweed or something on there because it's not acting right. You can definitely tell when your stuff's not doing what it's supposed to do because it acts differently. What'd you do to catch your tuna on when you're out on the ocean deep sea fishing? If you got life paid, put a line on without a weight. Oh yeah? This river, you pretty much gotta have some weight to get down deep where the fish are. Feeling a little bit of bottom there, but because it's so deep, it's not feeling a lot of bottom. I expect if we don't get any more rain today, the water should drop up probably a foot by tomorrow, I think. I've been fishing the river long enough to know that it should, if we don't get any more rain tonight, it should drop by about a foot by tomorrow. Which I'm not going to say that that's going to help, but it's not going to hurt us either. All right, I think after this, we get this cast drilled in, we're gonna go ahead and switch to something else. Try as many different things as possible. Give yourself every opportunity to find out what they're biting. Oh, live bait, huh? Live bait. All right. Just some more salad, y'all. Yum, yum. All right. We'll try something else now. Try something else. We'll go with a Kraken rig for this time. Kraken. Kraken. Been pretty lucky for me this year. Caught a few fish doing it for you guys. Okay. Got the Kraken rig out. You love salad? Cool. I'm glad you like salad. I'm a fan of salad. You throw a little meat on top of it. Yeah, I'm a fan of it for sure. Red and black we're gonna go start out with on the Kraken rig. We're gonna throw 3 different jig styles today because I think we'll have time because we're not sticking with anything too long. So I think we'll have enough time to do 3 different styles of not cracking, but jig fishing today. Just because we're not spending too much time on one thing. And then the next 2 styles will be jigs under floats. Different styles of floats though, not the same style. And then with the jig, we're gonna start in close again and work ourselves further out there. Because that's what we want to do is we want to work as much of the river as possible. And by working in close and then working further out, you cover more water. Thanks again for joining us, y'all. We appreciate that greatly. Hoping we're going to hook something good for you guys. My wife's been wanting me to do a catch and cook. Where am I at? I'm on the Deschutes River by Warm Springs, Central Oregon. Fishing here on the Deschutes River, trying to catch a steelhead or a trout or whatever else might bite. No, I'm out of Warm Springs. Is where I'm out of. Originally from Missouri, but I've spent the last 30 years in Warm Springs. So. Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, these live streams would go a lot better if I was catching a lot of fish, but that's the thing about fishing is you can't guarantee nothing when you're fishing. We appreciate every like, every comment, and every subscribe you guys do. We appreciate that. And we even appreciate it when you dislike us because that helps us grow and figure out how to fix what's wrong with the channel. So y'all, thank you. Wow, really? You guys got a love name when you go down to the river? Nice. I'm glad you've caught hundreds of steelhead. I want to go to California. I want to go to California to do some fishing up there or down there. Not just steelhead fishing, but they got a lot of different species to catch down there that I've never even seen before. So yeah, I definitely would like to go to California and do some fishing down there for sure. I've caught a lot of steelhead over the years fishing this river. It's the only river I've really done any good catching steelhead out of, and I've done others. I've done other rivers, coastal rivers and stuff like that, and I've not had any luck. But you know, the more you go to these different spots, the more you learn, the better chances you got of catching, you know, fish at these areas you normally don't fish. So I've got plenty of places to go yet here in Central Oregon, or all over Oregon, I guess. But being that this is the closest body of water that's got them to me, that's why I spend so much time fishing here. Yeah, you never know. It's like that winter chrome fishing on the coast, you know. I've been doing that the last 3 years and I still haven't gotten a chromer yet. So doesn't mean that I won't get one this year if I get to go, or this year coming up. I want to go do some coastal fishing off my kayak for some halibuts and lingcods, but I don't know how to do it and I don't know anybody who does it, so I want to find somebody who does do that kind of stuff and then go out and do that kind of fishing. I think that would be fun off my kayak. It'd be a lot of fun, I think. Klamath used to be killer for steelhead. Cool. I've never fished over in that area. I'm in Oregon. I'm in Central Oregon. I'm right here at the Warm Springs Reservation. Borders the Warm Springs Reservation. I'm on the Deschutes River. Is where I'm at, fishing for steelhead. Hey, Kit, cooking with Jose. Hi, how you doing, bud? Smells like somebody's got a skunk somewhere close by. Somebody must have just drove by with some skunk. Woo-wee. Hey, they ain't no doubting when somebody's smoking that skunk. Boy, oh boy. You can definitely tell when they're smoking that stuff. For sure. Yeah, it is a beautiful place to fish. For sure. Definitely a world-class fishery for sure. I enjoy fishing here a lot. That's why you guys see me fish here a lot. In Maine, huh? Yeah. It's cold and getting dark here in Oregon too. Of course, it's been pretty chilly anyways. Blessings to you too, friend. Good luck to you. I know you like to do some live streaming throughout the day. Fishing, cooking with Jose. Yeah, I've seen your live streams, that's for sure. Happy Camp, I don't know where Happy Camp is. This is I'm just along the highway here, where I'm at. How far from Bend? About 70 miles or so. Yeah, I would say about 70 miles from Bend is where we're at. Because it takes just a little over an hour to get to Bend from here. Yeah, it's expensive to live everywhere, I think. For sure. I mean, I don't know if there's really cheap places to live, you know? That rock cod seems to like to bite. I guess so. If you smoke it, I guess. I don't smoke, so. But that's the kind of skunk I was talking about. When it's zooming by, left a big old trail of smelling skunk in the air, that's for sure. What's on the Klamath? Almost fell backwards. I'm thinking we're gonna have to give this one a break and try something else. It'd be nice if I landed a nice one today. It'd be nice. I landed a couple of fish on Monday and a couple of fish on Tuesday. Well, on Tuesday I landed over 20 trout on Tuesday, but that was at the reservoir. I've got to edit that video eventually. But I won't put no 20 fish out there. I'll probably only put maybe 4 or 5 fish in it. Some of those fish that I caught was on a live stream, so I didn't even record them. That I caught on Tuesday. The ones I caught on Monday were on my live stream too, but I also recorded as well. So I haven't decided on how I'm going to handle that yet. I think this is the last cast with this one, and then we're going to move to nice. That's a pretty good sized fish. 38. Yeah. Them Panther Martins, man, they catch fish, that's for sure. I've caught a lot of steelhead on Panther Martins here on the river that I'm fishing. For sure, for sure. One of my favorite spinners to throw. All right, time to switch again. I'm thinking we're gonna go with the stationary float. Oh, knocking rods over with a jig this time. The color that's been nailing on like more than any other color is what we're gonna go with. We're gonna go with pink. So I've gotten most of my jig steelhead on are pink. Don't get me wrong, I caught some fish on the red and black and the orange and white and all that other colors, but pink it seems to be the hot ticket this year. You never know, from year to year, one color might work better than others. Oh, that's on the Klamath River? Cool. Remember, if it's legal to use this stuff, scent, always be sure to use it. It can help you catch fish, that's for sure. And then you just rub it into your jig or whatever you're using, just like that. Just rub it in, make sure the scent gets stuck on there good. That way, it increases your chances of maybe getting bit. Checking depth. Yeah, it's not quite as deep as I'd like it to be. Let's make an adjustment here before we take our first cast. Especially with how high it is, it could definitely make a difference on whether or not we catch something or not. All right, we're gonna try that for a little bit. See if that works out for us. I switched back to my addicted float because the other one was fraying up my line too much. So I've got the addicted float back on. I did have the kind of grayish color float on, but it frayed up my line too fast, so I decided to go back to the addicted float. Doesn't mean that it's going to make a difference on whether or not we catch a fish or not, but we're willing to give it a shot anyways. For sure, for sure. And basically with the float like this, I can drift a lot further down and actually watch my float. And hopefully it goes under with the fish on there, you know? Tomorrow we will definitely do some bead fishing, but we may not just do bead fishing. We may do some jig fishing and lure fishing as well. Because I always like to do different styles of fishing. I always like to do different styles just to give you guys more ways to catch fish. So just because you never know what style is going to catch a fish that day, so it's better, in my opinion, to do as many different styles as you can. Find something you like and do it, and hope like heck that those styles work for you. Everything I've thrown today is something I've caught and fish on this year. So one-dimensional can sometimes make or break whether or not you catch a fish or not. So that's why I always recommend to try different styles. That's why you see I got 5 different rods with me, because you never know. And I can switch anything at any time. I'm covering my bases by having more things to use. So one thing I recommend for you guys to do is to have multiple setups and multiple different ways to fish. It can make or break your day for sure. It can wear you out too, though. Sometimes I wish we could use bait on this river just to see if it would make a difference. Because I don't know that it would make a difference on a day that the fish just aren't biting. Of course, then on a day the fish aren't biting, it might make a difference. You never know. You just never know until you can try. So, but we can't use bait here, so just never know. And this is a 10-foot 6-inch rod. So it's a pretty long rod, but it's a float rod. It's specifically meant for doing this. I'll reel this in and I'll read that comment. Kind of anxious to what it says. Okay, let's see what it says. It says, put on a weight with a 2-hook with a buns of off worms. Make it go to the bottom. I think you will have a better... Well, we can't use bait, so I can't do that. That's why I don't do it, because we're not allowed to use bait here. Trust me, I think well, I don't know that it would make a difference, to be honest with you. It might. But we're not allowed to use bait here, so. All artificial fake stuff. Throw it out there, let it drip down past you, and then start letting that line. And hope like heck the float goes under with a fish on it and not a rock. There went a nice fish right there. He's not biting what I'm throwing, but he jumped out of the water, so that's a plus. There's fish here. Wrapped around my float, so it's not floating properly. Y'all, thanks for joining us again. We definitely appreciate it for sure. I wish the numbers were up, but we'll take what we can get for sure. Feels like I snagged some weeds on the end reel. Reeling it in. Yeah, that's what we did. Some salad, y'all. Yum, yum. Trying to work it further and further out there. Here, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. I've tried different colors. I just don't know what they're going to want to bite. Tried bright colors, dark colors, everything in between, and just nothing happening. Nothing happening. Nothing happening so far. It's pretty fun to see that float go under though when you got a fish on. How's it going? What month would it be? Um, that's a good question, but there's so many good months to fish for steelhead. So it's really a hard question to answer. But I think here on the if I was gonna pick the Deschutes for fishing, I to be honest with you, I caught more of my bigger steelhead in September on the Deschutes River. So I would say, a lot of people don't think there's a whole lot of steelhead in the river in September, but September is the month this far up the river where I've caught more of my bigger steelhead, 30 plus inch steelhead. So, to be totally honest with you, I would pick September just for the sheer size of the steelhead that I've caught in September. When everybody else is like, I ain't no fishing the river, I'm down here catching them in September. So, I would say September. And then I would say probably December. September and December is my favorite time. But when you got 3.5 months worth of steelhead fishing, which is September, middle of September till the end of December, you might as well fish all 4 months, Well, 3.5 months. I'm sure there's probably some in here in early September, but I've never caught them in early September out of here. So I would definitely throw September as the early month, and then you're welcome. I would definitely throw September in there, and then December, and then October and December or November goes pretty good too. So, but if you want to catch the 30 plus ones, I would say the middle of September to the end of September, and then they start getting to be the 22 to 27 inch variety, with the mixed in, 30 plus inch once in a while, and so. A lot of people won't even fish the river for steelhead in September, and if they are, they're fishing it down towards the mouth, or they're fishing it at Shears Falls. I may have to do a depth. Might have to change up the depths a little bit because I don't feel like I'm fishing deep enough. Because I feel like I should have had a bobber down if I was fishing the right depth. I don't think I'm fishing the right depth, and so I think that's why I'm not getting any bobber downs right now. When the water's high like this, it can definitely be harder to catch them, for sure. Because then you got to find out where they're at all over again. If it's at a normal depth you're used to fishing, not so hard to find them. But when the water depths change, like they have here, and you're not finding them, and sometimes you got to go deeper. Sometimes shallower even. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and make a depth change. We're going to move it up about 6 inches to a foot. About a foot is what we've done. And we can try that for a while. So instead of fishing at 7 foot, which is about where we're fishing at, we're going to be fishing at about 8 foot deep. And I know the river is about 3 feet higher than what it normally is. So going up to 8 foot might not make a difference. I might have to go 9 foot, maybe 10 foot to catch a fish. But we're gonna go ahead and there went something. Oh, I missed him. Oh no. Ah. Something tapped it a couple times. And I was just too anxious, I guess. Because with as many times as he tapped it, I figured he should have had it, but sometimes I get a little anxious. Because normally you don't set the hook until the bobber stays under. And it was just a tap. So depth change might have made all the difference. It might have. I'm not guaranteeing nothing, but it might have. Pretty much done the exact same drift and nothing that time. So I know it's probably not the bottom. Oh, John Hobbs. Thanks for subscribing. Well, I'm glad what I do makes you feel good and makes you want to get out and fish. I'm glad to hear that. Um, glad that you subscribed. It's always appreciated. Um, even if you are watching me not catch anything right now. I have missed 2 fish today. That does happen. If you've ever fished, you know that does happen. Come on, fish. It's almost dark. We need you to make up your mind on whether or not you're going to commit or not commit. We kind of need you to commit. It definitely can be tough. Definitely can be tough. That's it's one of those fisheries. Either it's a love-hate relationship at times. To me, it's mostly a love relationship, but you know, there's those times where you're fishing and you're grinding it out, and you're out there, you know, day after day, and you're not catching anything, and you know, it seems like it's never going to end, that dry spell, and then all of a sudden, wham, dry spell over, and you're back to being happy again, you know. It's gotten dark quick. But yeah, it's definitely one of those fisheries, you know, that's truly amazing, and they got beautiful fish and lots of them, and frustrating when they're not biting, and joy when they are biting. Yeah. So that's unfortunately sometimes the way it is when you're steelhead fishing. Especially if you're fly fishing, you know, that can be a whole nother monster in itself. For sure. So but I kind of would like to go fish some of those rivers where you can use bait and try that out sometime for sure. Yeah, I think you're right. That definitely can make a difference, and that could be what's happening. Uh, you just never know, you know. You really don't. You just never know, you know, what's going on and what they're doing differently to make the fish not so aggressive or whatever. I know a few years ago somebody said that they were trying to breed a less aggressive fish so people would catch less of them. But I've also heard other people say, oh, they're breeding the wild fish with the hatchery fish to try to make a more aggressive fish. But so I don't know. I mean, I just know that fish, from my experience, tend to, if they were raised in a tank or even hatched in a tank, they don't seem to fight as well as a wild fish does. But I have had them hatchery fish fool me from time to time and fight like a wild fish. Cool. I've fished the San Am a couple times. I've caught some fish out of there. I've not caught any steelhead or salmon out of there, but I've definitely fished it a couple times. All I've caught was trout out of the San Am. But you know, to me, I'll take a trout. I'll take any fish. You know, I'm not too picky about the fish because I'm a fish lover. I love fish. I've dedicated my life and my craft to fishing, and so for me to not love them all, even if people deem them a trash fish, I still love them nonetheless. Big or small, you know. Yeah, I don't know about Washington. I mean, I've never fished up there, and I don't know the regulations up there or the seasons up there. I know when I used to fish salmon on the Columbia River, even sturgeon on the Columbia River, uh, people from Washington would buy their Oregon license just so they could go catch salmon and steelhead and sturgeon on the Oregon state side. But one of these years, I'm going to get up there to the Washington and fish up there. There's so many places to fish and not enough time in this world, you know? Yeah, it is a little early for salmon, that's for sure. Or late, yeah. Yeah, beautiful time for sure. But yeah, for salmon, even here in Oregon, it's a little late or a little early, whichever way you want to look at it. I know the springers, they usually fish for them in April and May and June, and then fall fish they fish for in August and September, something like that. Here in Oregon. I'm going to have to get ready to go here pretty quick. It's starting to get pretty dark pretty quick. A few more casts, I think. Hello? We got time for a few more. So like steelhead fishing in other states, I don't know too much about because I haven't done any. Fish on, fish on. Oh, no, he came off. That's the third fish I've missed today. Oh, dang. That was a good takedown, too. Maybe I got too excited again. Oh. That's yeah, way it goes sometimes though. Definitely way it goes sometimes. I've hooked 3 fish and I've lost all 3 of them. Lost all 3 of them. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes. You know, missing fish. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. I'd really rather not miss a fish, but we don't always control whether or not we catch them or not. Can't always control. That we can do everything right doesn't mean that we're going to land them, you know? Doesn't mean we're going to land them. Yeah, that's true. At least I know my setup's working properly. Even if I'm not. If I miss them, it's on me. It's not on the setup. That's for sure. A jig and a bobber is always a good way to fish, though. Because then you can set your depth and try different depths and figure out what depth the fish are at and what they're fishing. What's up? Yeah, it's high. It's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. The water is good. It is high and it is a little stained today, though, because we've had so much rain. Yesterday it was pretty clear, and today it's just like a little stained, and I would say a good 3 feet high compared to what it was, for sure. But a little high water never kept anybody from catching a fish, as long as they can figure out proper depth and proper presentation to a fish during high water. You can't always figure it out. You know, sometimes it takes time to figure out right depth, right drift. You know, because it changes, especially with the high water, low water. There's been times when I fished this spot and had to go 10 feet deep, to where normally you don't go any higher than 6 feet deep. You know, high water can definitely make a total difference on catching and not catching. Yeah, maybe it'll get the fish moving. I'll be fishing tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday, and then the river closes for 4 months. Once it closes for 4 months, it's just the way it is, you know. Closes till almost the end of April, and then it'll open back up for trout. And April is a beautiful time to be fishing anyways, so you can't really complain about that. Usually it's not too hot and it's not too cold. The fly fishing gets pretty good that time of year. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit here. Come on, let's land one fish before we go. Come on, one fish, one fish. Like one fish. One fish. One fish, come on. Thing about your bobber and jig setup is if it lands wrong and you get a bite, you could snap your line right off when you set the hook. So be careful and watch how your float and jig lands and make sure that's floating properly so that you don't set the hook and break off your jig and your bobber because of the because when you cast, your line wraps up a lot around the float. Because whenever I cast and it wraps up, I can tell right away if it wraps up just by tugging on the line a little bit. It'll tell me if it's wrapped up or not. Because the float won't stand up properly when you pull on it a little bit. I'm not drifting as far as I normally would be, but it's because it's getting dark and I can't see my float. So I'm fishing a lot quicker now because I can't see my float. Addicted, man, they make some decent floats. The only complaint that I've had about them is being heavy. Addicted Fishing. They make some pretty decent floats. They're not as long and skinny, so they're not as sensitive as a longer, more slender float is, but they definitely do the job. They definitely do the job for sure. Not that I'm promoting them or anything. I'm just saying that I've been using it for most of the season, and like I said, my complaint is that they're heavy, but you can take some weight off because they're designed that way, and they do their job. So. All right, I think maybe one more casting and we're gonna have to call it because it's getting dark and the wind's blowing and I don't want my tripod and my phone to go flopping off into water. So maybe one more casting and we'll call it so I can get stuff put away. That way the wind don't blow it off into the water. Of course, if I just adjusted the tripod and made it shorter, it'd probably fix that problem as well. So, yeah, come on, fish. But remember, we'll be out here tomorrow live streaming, shooting a video. So, if we don't get one today, maybe we'll get one tomorrow. I've caught some dandy fish during the live stream this year. And then there's times where I caught a whole lot of nothing during the live stream, for sure. Like Monday, I hit 2 fish and 4 casts, and that was when I first got here on Monday. If you guys haven't seen that, go ahead and go check out the live stream. The first 10 minutes of the live stream, you'll see the 2 fish that I caught within the first 4 casts during that live stream. So I lied. I took an extra cast. Oh well, life goes on. Thanks for turning on the notifications, because you'll know when I'm live streaming. And after the first of the year, because the river closes, I won't be able to live stream as often, and I won't be able to fish as much because the river's going to be closed. So definitely gonna my channel is definitely gonna take a hit after the first of the year, because I just can't live stream as much and I can't fish as much. So trust me, I would love to continue live streaming and fishing as much as I do this time of year during steelhead season, but I have to travel because the river closes after the first. I can't spend as much time fishing because I have to travel, and plus I work, so I have to work a job, and so I can't really travel too much during the week for fishing. See, and I'm still casting. It's that famous last cast that turns into 20 casts, you know? Kind of the way it goes, though, with us fishermen. And I mean, I've had my opportunities today. I just flat out missed them. Just flat out missed them. All right. I won't say it, but I'll thank it. All right, and that's it. So, y'all, thanks for joining us for this live stream edition of Gman Fishing. We appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. And so, yeah, I mean, it's that time of the day. It's getting too dark to fish. Don't want to get a ticket for fishing too late. See, it's an adjustable float, so I just pull it up or I pull it down to adjust the float. So, y'all, thanks for joining us. As always, this is G-Man Fishing. Remember to catch, kiss, and release a fish once in a while. It ensures the future fishery for our future generations. I didn't use one rod today, which is fine. I mean, that's the way it goes sometimes. Yeah, it's not always about catching, that's for sure. Sometimes it's just about being out here, for sure. So, y'all, thanks again, once again, for joining us. We appreciate it. If it wasn't for you guys, this channel wouldn't be here. So, y'all, thanks again. Till tomorrow, because I will be out here live streaming again sometime. I don't know what time I'm going to live stream. But usually on weekends, I try to live stream earlier in the day. So, remember to have them notifications on. Click like, subscribe, comment. So, that's about all I can say for this edition. So, y'all, till next time, we out. Have a good evening. Oh, one more quick question. Enjoy the stream. Thank you. Appreciate it. We out.